Hello and welcome to Ecorium Academy. Now in this class we are going to understand how we are going to calculate national income by value added method. Now students, before I proceed with the calculation of national income by value added method, first let us understand what are the different methods that we can calculate national income with. Okay, so before proceeding, let us understand the entire cycle of the economy. The cycle of the economy starts always with production. Okay, when the goods and services is been produced by the factor of production, and when the factor of production render their services, they generate income. Like for example, if you have hired labor, so labor will get wages, salary plus land. If you have taken place, then obviously you will be paying rent, plus entrepreneur will have the profit, and capital will get its interest. Okay, so what is happening over here? When the factor of production render their services, they receive what? They receive their remuneration, or you can say income. Okay, so after production, income is being generated into the economy. Okay, now once the income has been generated, like for example, if you receive an income, what you do, you try to spend certain amount on your needs and wants. Okay, so what are you doing? You are spending, that is the expenditure is being done in the economy. Okay, goods and services those have been produced will be now purchased by the households. Okay, and whatever the money is being received, that has been again invested in the economy in the production process. So the entire economy and the entire process works in this manner. Okay, so how to calculate national income? We have three methods over here. Okay, so very first method is value added method. So when the process is in production, when the entire economy is in the production process, here we are going to take the method of value added. Okay, next, when the economy is been functioning in income, so here we are going to calculate the national income by the income method. And the last one, when the economy is functioning the expenditure, so we can calculate national income by expenditure method. Okay students, so this is mainly the three method that we are going to study. Okay, so in this class we will be focusing only on value added method and how to calculate national income by this method. So let us quickly understand with the help of example over here. Now supposingly there is a farmer who has started with the production of wheat. Now in this production process, he has used intermediate consumption, and whatever output, that is wheat, that he has generated, he has produced. Okay, what is the value of that output? Now let us assume that he has invested intermediate consumption is 0 over here, but the value of output, the output that he has generated was wheat. The value of this wheat is rupees 500. Okay, just assuming as an example. Okay, now this wheat is being further purchased by a miller. Okay, so this wheat becomes intermediate consumption. Okay, and this wheat is being further processed into flour. Okay, so what was the value of wheat over here? The value of wheat was 500. So intermediate consumption, that is the raw material also you can say, that has been used in order to produce what? Flour. Okay, so when you use this intermediate consumption, you produce flour, which is, take for example, it was of rupees 800. Now supposing that this flour is being further purchased by baker. Okay, Now this baker has produced, you can say bread out of it. Okay, so what he has done, he has purchased this value of output, that is flour, of rupees 800. Okay, and what he has produced output that is of value, you can take, we are just assuming it as 1000. Okay, so this is how the entire process goes on. Intermediate consumption is what? Still the product is going to be produced further, and it is going to be into a final stage. Okay, so the final stage over here is, you can say, the final stage over here, you can say, is bread. The value of this bread, that is the final output, is what? Rupees 1000. Okay, but when you see the calculation of value of output of all the products that has been produced in the economy, you can say the total of this product value of output is rupees 2300. Okay, so in order to calculate national income, but of course we are not going to take the total value of output. Okay, we are not going to take the total value of the output. What we are going to do, we are going to take the value added to each of the product. Okay, the value that has been added to each of the product. So how are you going to calculate the value added? That is value of output minus intermediate consumption. So now let us see how we are going to calculate value added in each production process. Now here the value was being added, value of output minus IC, that was rupees 500 only. Okay, in the second process, what is happening? Value of output was 800. 800 minus 500, that is going to give me 300. Okay, now in the third process, in the last process, what is happening? Value of output was 1000. 1000 minus IC, that is going to give me 200. So what will be the total of this? The total will be 1000. So what can you see, students? What can you observe over here? You can see the value of output of the final product and total of value added. It is almost the same. Okay, so when you calculate national income, we calculate either by final output method or by value added method. Okay, so either ways you can calculate by final output method also or by value added method also. So hope so this is clear. Once again I repeat that rupees 1000 is the final output method. Why? Because bread will not be going into further other production process. Now this will be further consumed by the consumer. Okay, so this is the final output on what is the value of this output, that is 1000. Okay, and plus when you're going to take the next value added, when you are going to calculate value added of each process, you are going to get the total also same as final output, that is rupees 1000. We are, students, not going to consider the total value of output. We cannot take total value of output. If we take total value of output, it will show double counting error. So you can explain double counting error in your paper with the help of the example that I have given over here. Okay, so this was the example from which we understood what is double counting error and what is final output method and what is value added method. Let us now quickly move ahead and understand further calculation. Now one more thing to understand over here, students, that we came across with this formula over here, that is value added equals to value of output minus IC. So actually this is the formula how you're going to calculate value added. Okay, now very important things to note in your paper. Before that, let's understand what is value added, how you're going to calculate value added if not given directly in the paper. Okay, they might give sales and change in stock. Change in stock. Okay, what is the formula for change in stock? That is closing stock minus opening stock. Closing stock minus opening stock. Okay, so if in the paper directly value of output is not given, so sales and change stock will be given. So when you're going to add sales plus change in stock, you will get value of output. Now let us quickly just understand what is sales and what is change in stock. Now students, sales is nothing but all the total sales in the economy. Okay, total sales of economy in the entire selling of the economy. Okay, and what is change in stock? This is the leftover stock in that particular year, whichever year national income you are calculating. So this will also be considered. And what is the formula for change in stock? That is closing stock minus opening stock. Okay, minus IC, that is intermediate consumption. Now a little bit further, let us understand about sales. Okay, when you say sales, if sales is not given to you, in place of sales, if they have given you domestic sales, means the sale within the country. Okay, but we don't take only within the country in national income, we take all the sales that you have done outside the country also. So when in this case, if domestic sales is given, just understand for total sales, you have to calculate domestic sales plus exports. Exports are the sales that you have done outside the country. Okay, so total sales over here, this is nothing but the total sales. So total sales is equals to domestic sales plus export. Okay, so this was all about sales. Now let us see intermediate consumption. Okay, now if domestic consumption, intermediate consumption will be given to you. Okay, so in this case, how you're going to calculate IC? IC will be equals to domestic consumption plus import. Why import? Because there are certain raw materials that you might have imported from other country in order to produce something into your country. Okay, so that is why you have to calculate domestics plus import. So make sure, read it properly what has been given to you in the paper. If direct sales is given, then understand it is total sales. If not, if they have mentioned domestic sales, then in that you have to add exports also, and it will be given in the paper. If not given, then you assume it as 0. Export will be 0 if not given. Okay, usually they will give in the paper. Okay, now along with intermediate consumption, domestic intermediate consumption plus imports. Okay, so this is the important thing to be noted down. Now let us proceed further. and see how we are going to calculate and what are the other formulas. Now students, as I showed you that value added is equals to value of output minus IC. So value added of primary sector then value added of secondary sector and value added in tertiary sector. When you calculate the value added in all the three sector, you get gross value added at market price. Gross value added at market price. Okay, so once again, summation of gross value added at market price, which is also known as GDP at market price. Okay, so formula for it once again, value of output minus IC. Okay, now what is value of output? Value of output is nothing but sales plus change in stock. Formula for change in stock, if directly for change in stock is given, then it's okay. If it is not, then the formula for change in stock is further closing stock minus opening stock. Just remember this, students, closing stock minus opening stock. Okay, it is not opening stock, it is but closing minus opening. Okay, so this is the way you will be able to calculate GDP at market price. After calculating GDP at market price, you'll be easily able to calculate national income, that is NNP at factor cost. NNP at factor cost is nothing but the national income, which is equals to, with the help of GDP at market price, which you have found over here. Okay, you are going to further calculate. When you have to find out net from gross, what you are going to do? You are going to subtract depreciation. When you have to calculate national from domestic, what we are going to do? We are going to add NFIA to domestic so that you can get national, and the last one, that is market price to factor cost. Market price to factor cost, we are going to minus NIT so that you can get factor cost. So this is the way we are going to do the calculation for national income by value added method. Now let us proceed and quickly solve the sum given over here. Okay, what is the question given over here? Calculate net national product at factor cost. Okay, so what you have to calculate? Net national product at factor cost, which is nothing but national income. Okay, so we will start quickly with summation of GVA MP, or you can say GDP MP. How you are going to calculate this? Which is equals to primary sector plus secondary sector plus tertiary sector. Okay, now let us see value of output minus IC in primary sector plus secondary sector, value of output minus IC plus Under tertiary sector, value of output minus IC. Quickly substitute the values. Now value of output in primary sector is 200 and IC is 50. So 200 minus 50 plus value of output, that is 250 minus 60. So 250 minus 60 plus value of output 300 and 60. So 300 minus IC is 60. So when you calculate, you'll get total as 580. 580. So this is nothing but summation GVA MP, or it is GDP MP, which is equals to rupees 580 crore. Okay, so this is what we have calculated till now. Now let us, students, further calculate national income, what has been asked to do. Okay, net national product at factor cost. So with the help of GDP at market price, okay, again from gross to net minus depreciation, then from domestic to national plus NFIA, from MP to FC minus NIT. So what is the value of GDP? That is 580 minus depreciation is 220 plus NFI is negative given over here, that is minus 15. Do not ignore the sign. Minus NIT, that is NIT given to us, that is 25. Okay, so when you calculate, your total will be rupees 520 crore. That is NNPFC. That is national income. So this is a way how you're going to calculate national income by value added method.